So good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Indian River Community Association Music Fest. Tonight, I'm going to hand over the mic to Rick Snyderman, but first, I want to introduce you to Rick and a little bit of the history of the building. In 1986, a community of residents here found out that the building was for sale for $3,000, and they had the good sense to buy it. I know for one that my aunt was here visiting me. She saw it was for sale and she wanted to buy it for an art studio, so it would have been sold otherwise. Anyway, Rick Snyderman, Leander Wass, Charlie Ray Farnsworth, and other members of this community sort of formed a committee, and they bought the building, and they had the building registered both by the state of Maine and the federal government as a historical landmark preservation. And part of when they bought the building, it was designated as a community center, no longer as a church. So fast forward 38 years that Rick, along with Charlie Ray and Leander Wass, who are no longer with us, but Rick is, have stewarded the building, and now we have a functioning board, and we're doing everything we know to raise money to fix the foundation, the roof, and the belfry. So in celebration of that, and with gratitude to Rick, I hand you the mic, Rick. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. I was going to say at age 7, I might be joining Leander and Charlie sometime in the near future, but not anytime soon, not prepared. But, you know, Ruth and I, my wife and I, have been community organizers in Philadelphia. That's our home base for all of our lives. And we've done everything from stopping interstate highways from getting built to developing a whole community neighborhood in three different places in Philadelphia. And this was a kind of very special little community of its own. Because the people who kept this building alive, 1853 was when it was built, were people that cared about it, not so much because it was a religious building, although it was up until maybe the 1920s, but because it was their community spirit that kept it going. And when we got into the picture, it was still being used for that purpose. However, it was the Baptist organization that actually owned it. And some smart, probably working school graduate in Pennsylvania from the Baptist organization sitting in their offices in Washington said, you know, that building's not earning us any money anymore. We should get rid of it. And in fact, we should get rid of all the buildings that aren't earning us any money anymore. So suddenly, one year, 1986, all these buildings all over the country probably, including this one, went up for sale. Well, that was like a shocker. I mean, nobody knew, what? They're selling our community building? How could that be? But that's what was happening. So there was a meeting at the Grange Hall across the street. Maybe 100 people showed up. And people said, what to do? Ruth and I were there. We said, well, they want to sell it, right? How about if we form a community corporation and buy the darn thing? And nobody had occurred to anybody to do that. But one of the people that was in that group, Albert Stevens, another person no longer with us, who had been a former state legislator and also a school teacher, volunteered to go and talk to some of his old cronies in Augusta and literally walked the corporation papers through the legislature. However he did it, we never asked, it didn't matter. He knew this guy, that guy, this guy, that guy. I guess they were all guys in those days, and did it. And then 3 days from the town, I went to talk to Reverend Moon, that was his name, Calvin Moon, the guy who was the person in charge for the Baptists. And I don't think they had a plan in mind, but when they went there, they negotiated a price, and when they came back, they said, well, he was willing to sell it to us for $3,000. And then we said, well, you're a Christian organization, you should charge us any interest. And he said, okay. And then they said, and you want to give us the mortgage on it, and we'll pay you back. And he said, okay. And they came back here with this incredible deal. Well, of course, I guess at the other end, I was thinking to myself when I heard that story, well, probably what Reverend Moon was, his instructions were, get rid of that darn building, whatever you have to do. We want to get it out of our responsibility, because we were paying insurance on it, and probably the insurance premium was a couple $1,000s a year. So that's how this building came to be. But from that point forward, the community really stepped up again and began the process of putting this building back together because it hadn't really been cared for very well. As you can see, there are a few minor things that need to be done, like the roof is leaking and the ceiling is falling and a few other items. But the building has a certain kind of tenaciousness, shall I say. Maybe that's part of its own religious history, you know, and maybe it was because in the 1850s, they really knew how to put a building together forever. And this is a forever kind of building. It doesn't want to die. So it's kind of a stewardship that we have here, in which we're keeping this building alive through actually many generations. Ruth and I have owned the house out the windows to your right for 50 years. And our kids have come here, and actually my son and granddaughter are here right now. And it's a kind of an experience where you couldn't invent this sort of experience. It's really a spiritual thing. And the people of this community have kept this building alive because of that. So to have concerts here, to make it alive, was important for us. But we didn't want it to be just about a religious spirit. It had to be a community event. So the spirit of this building is open to everything. It could be, and in fact last year, one of the members of this community passed away, who we knew very well, actually Charlie Ray Farnsworth's brother. His daughter called me and said, could we have a memorial service in his name here? We said, sure. And if somebody wanted to have a wedding here, they would say, sure. And if somebody wanted to have a serious chamber music concert, we'd say, sure. Because all those things that happen here, and if you want to hear country western music from the Davis family and their friends, sure. You know, because that's the kind of place we wanted it to be, open to every possible use. In fact, Robert Miller is here, and Robert Miller gave a talk about his days with his late wife, Jewel Miller, in Afghanistan, in the Peace Corps in the 1960s. And that was accompanied by a friend of his who had been there more recently and gave a contemporary version of what was going on in Afghanistan. And we had an architect who was head of Penn's architectural program, University of Pennsylvania, Gary Hack, who's a friend of ours, and who had a house in this area. He gave a talk about his work in China for the last 25 years as their architectural program, which goes back to the 20s. So the variety of things that were happening here were pretty interesting. Chamber music concerts, choral groups, and some of these in the audience. Carol is the person, Carol Schloss, is a person who was part of a musical group that gave a concert here with, I don't know how many singers, there must have been about 25 or 30. So these kinds of experiences were really what keeps this building alive. And truth to tell, you're part of it because you're here. So we wanted to thank you for coming and thank you for helping to continue this history. So I'm going to turn it over to these two guys and gals, Leonore, Hildebrandt, and Brian Dyer, Stewart, right? Those are good local names, Dyer and Stewart. And actually, there was a family named Hildebrandt who had the house that Mary has. They were from Germany, from what was then Breslau, now Rocklau, part of Poland. So there's that kind of history here too. There's this kind of history of people from other places that have made contributions to this whole process. So I'm going to stop talking and let the music start.
Thank you so much. So what a day, what a lovely thing to be together. Thank you for coming out. We're going to do, I think we have a dozen original songs we'd like to do for you. And we're kind of going to alternate, partly so we don't have to change instruments too many times. And let's turn up some light.
Ryan writes songs about birds. I think we'll hear a number of them this afternoon. We'll start with Wood
Thrush. When I first heard your song, the sky was aflame. Your voice so clear and strong, I was never the same. It seemed that my own voice had found its source. We were one river, true to one course. When I first heard your
as a flame. Your voice so clear and strong, I was never the same.
See, my own voice had found its source. We were one river true course.
When I first heard your song, I learned how to fly. When I first heard your song.
Sound okay? You can kind of hear things all right? Not too loud, not too soft?
Nice.
Both of these. Oh, good, good, yeah. Just push stuff aside or sit right here if you dare.
I'm right here in the front.
This next song is I only pull it out this time of year. It's called Late July. Here we are. It's a problem with writing a topical song. You don't get to sing it so often, but here it is. Late July now,
nature does things just right. Time. Look around, it is a time for new creation. In the field the birds and bees, they resound in stupefied elation. Animals go and move around most their waking lives. Yes, they're making a mess of layered pathways. Cars are moving here and there, stop and go, another army on the move. I try for some stability, but nevertheless are moving in and out the group. Summer is a happy time, the planet spins and it's okay when we know clueless. Heaven has a lovely fun, well it's my eyes that fill the empty space. Blue for the rainbow, blue for the sky, blue for the paths that went astray. Whoa, 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 blue for the rainbow, blue for the sky, blue makes my clouds drift away. I'd stick around a while, but things came up that made me leave my home and neighbors. I heard of people getting caught, the silver net, and some are waiting for a savior. I'm holding on to the days of the week, but what's the larger scheme? And who are the muted strangers of my dreams? Moving targets left and right, and still we dance as if the world is mostly stable. The field is lit by fireflies, you hold me tight, the evening's cool, moist and sable. Summer is a happy time, the planet spins and it's okay when we know clueless. Heaven has a lovely hue, or it's my eyes that fill the empty space with blueness. Blue for the rainbow, blue for the sky, blue for the paths that went astray. Whoa, 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 blue for the rainbow, blue for the sky. Once upon a time there was a wise queen who gave the ladies milk and honey. And she let the horses loose, they ran off to roam the wide and fertile prairie. Morning sun was a golden touch, keeping troubles at bay. If I were that queen, I'd cherish every day. Yes, the famous novelist said to create she needs a room out of home, a space to try her new ideas, a cocoon, and let her voices come and go. Summer is a happy time, the planet spins and it's okay when we're not clueless. Heaven has a lovely hue, or it's my eyes that fill the empty space with blueness. Blue for the rainbow, blue for the sky, blue for the plants that might astray. Whoa, 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 blue for the rainbow, blue for the sky, blue makes my clouds drift away. Summer is a happy time. Summer is a happy time. Summer is a happy time. So we're doing summer songs, right? I think they all have been summer songs.
Seems like so far we've been sticking right there. Get our winter coats out soon.
And here's another one, but this one has a bit of a different mood. It's a made-up story, but I hope it rings true. It's not really summer without you. And it's not really summer without you, and winter has lasted too long.
After the storm, when the stillness came home, we were shy in the closeness of the caught in the rain, we'd sheltered beneath the pine. For a moment, the world was just two. Well, damp as two dogs, we lingered a while. You sang me a song about love unfulfilled. It was rain more than tears that ran down my cheeks. But in that moment, my heart had stood still. And I know that the morning will come. We'll spin off into worlds miles away. But tonight I just want to lie by your side, feel the rhythm of our twin beating hearts. As evening came on, we counted the stars. The sound of the night made a chorus of calm, and the deeper the dark, the wider our eyes and hearts. Your head on my shoulder, arms in arms. And I know that the morning will come. We'll spin off into worlds miles apart. But tonight I just want to lie by your side, feel the rhythm of our twin I've forgotten that song, the sound of your voice. But this morning it came to me so strong and so pure. There's here and there's now, there's there and there's then. There's the mystery of how love endures. And I know that the morning will come, we'll spin off into worlds miles apart. But tonight I just want to lie by your side, feel the rhythm of our twin beating hearts. The rhythm of our twin beating hearts. Thank you. And here's to my friends, the Crows. Sometimes my spirit bird. In the morning, if I get up and go, caw, caw, you know why. It's just how it is. This was a co-write with a friend of mine from Richmond, Virginia. May Lily, excuse me. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I gotta remember the tune. I'm gonna play the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Born in the wild.
just how happy I am to be me.
Thank you, Betsy. All right. We're going to do this next set is a little set, 2 songs of Leonore's from the Southwest. She and her husband Robert go down to New Mexico in the winters, to Silver City. And these were a couple songs that came from Leonore's trip last year.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have tightened that up. It's not
Right. Kind of a blues tune, I guess. Would you call it a blues tune?
Yeah, the place we go is called Silver City, and it's in southern New Mexico. And before it was called that, the Spanish called it the oasis at the San Vicente stream, La Ciénaga de San Vicente. So this is a very brief history of the place. One, two. Deserts hot and blazing, an oasis by the stream, La Ciénaga de San Vicente, for the Spaniards' worn-out teams. Mule trains, horses on the go, but long before those wars, native people came to grow rows of beans and corn. In 1870, the captain was first to find silver in the ground. Rioters found at the chloride plant, so he found that in the town. The Apaches, they were angry though, and 6 months down the road, the captain was first one in the ground at the graveyard of this town. Many worked hard but lost every cent of the riches they hauled from the ground. The ladies, they came and they went. Billy the Kid was messing around. Then they all rose to the wind and the sun in this new silver dollar mining town. Known as the kneeling nun. She is stunned at what's going on. At the open pits, the copper mine, and dust blowing on by. The railroad cars, the working men, and dust blowing on by. Deserts hot and blazing, an oasis by the stream, La Ciénaga de San Vicente, still such a lovely dream. And Millie ran bordellos she gave to the poor in need. St. Vincent is the patron of compassion and good deeds. Many worked hard but lost every cent of the riches they hauled from the ground. The ladies, they came and they went. Billy the Kid was messing around. for the wind and the sun in this old silver dollar mining tower. And here is another song engaging the history of the Southwest. Not that far really from New Mexico and Arizona, there's this huge area, the Coronado National Forest. A lot of public land bears the name of Coronado, a conquistador who, in my opinion, was brutal and gullible and foolish. He is the one who set out finding the fabled seven cities of gold, which he never found, but gave a lot of people a hard time about. And I thought I'd just claim those back, you know, like he's being recognized everywhere. I want my own seven cities of gold. So that's what this song is called. Do you know the story of the men who set out to find the greatest cities of the world? They rode their horses hard with boots and silver spurs. People hid in fear when they came around. From Mexico to Kansas, they'd loot and rape and steal, blind to the wonders of the world. Knowing of those crimes, I long for a time when you and I together let it heal, let it heal. Do you know the seven cities of gold? How you know to the seven cities of gold? And here is my mountain, apple of my own. Here is my river, the trees and the sky. These are my cities of gold, mine to love. These are my cities of gold. No need to rage, sometimes I cry. Here is our gold, see how it shines. And I know the seven cities of gold. How you go to the seven cities of gold. The looting and the hoarding go on still today. Too bad for those standing in the way. The hunger for a goal, it makes us hot and cold. Our eyes searching for power, fame and gold. But here are my people, here is my tongue, here is a friendly face, a greeting of its own. These are my cities of gold, mine alone. These are my cities of gold. No need to rage, sometimes I cry. Here is our gold, see how it shines. The seven cities of gold, how to go to the seven cities of gold. Yes, we know the seven cities of gold. How to go to the seven cities of gold. This certainly is a friendly town and a friendly face right here. City of Gold.
This is one of the cities. So this is not a love song for the ages, but a love song for the aged. It's called Down at the Station. I should have known that this would happen. I've seen her riding on the wall. If you and I should have a tangle, that I would be wonderful. Well, you were near the nurse's station, slowly rolling toward the door. I was lurching with my walker. Next I knew I was on the floor. Ooh, la, la, put your hand in mine. Together there ain't no hill or mountain that we can't climb. But we can still feel love. Sweet chimes, we can still feel love. Sometimes we can still share love. Sweet love. Well, I be twisted round your wheelchair. My head was buried in your lap. Well, who'd have seen a romance room when you gave my head a slap?
Mind your P's and Q's, Buster. I'll put you down into the tide. There are better ways of wooing, and there you are a hippie guide. Ooh, la, la, put your hand in mine. Together there ain't no hill or mountain that we can't climb.
But we can still feel
Love,
sweet chimes, we can still feel love.
sometimes
We can still share
love, sweet love.
Not the broken is the good news, but how my heart did ache and pound. Somehow we made it to the courtyard, though I couldn't hear a sound.
We sat for hours without talking. Your hand resting soft on mine. There are things that thrive in silence. Our hearts do open over time. Ooh, la, la, put your hand in mine. Together there ain't no hill or mountain that we can climb.
We can still hear
Love, sweet child,
we can still feel
love. Sometimes
we can still share
love, sweet love.
we can still
Love, sometimes
we can still feel
love.
Not that the only songs I write are about birds, but here's another song about birds. It is that, even though my hearing is diminishing, and sometimes with just the window open in the bedroom, I don't hear quite the morning songs that I used to. But if you go out on the porch and stand there, oh, the morning in the summer is just an amazing time with birds. And because the sun's up, or was up at 20 or 10 or 5, I would often get up to say hello and hear these friends. So this is a song, So Much Can Be Observed. What key do we have to do? D. One, two, three. In the morning of a summer day, you hear the crows first. There's a counting in the spruce tree, must be coffee served. A few new parents sing their cheer from the night watch. In the early morning breeze, so much can be observed. When there's a rover, a nuthatch, a phoebe, a crow, a goldfinch, a robin, a red-eyed vireo. There's a blue jay, a red start, and a catbird putting on a show. The very best music is done just before the sun rises. Stretching and calling and singing to shake off the dew. One morning an owlet was perched up upon a porch roof. She swooped silently just over my head, then off she flew. And there's a rover, a nuthatch, a phoebe, a crow, a goldfinch, a robin, a red-eyed vireo. There's a blue jay, a red start, and a catbird putting on a show. Feel the strength of a summer morning. Breathe the sweet fragrance of life is reborn. In the morning of a summer day, you hear the crows first. And there's a counting in the spruce tree, must be coffee served. Well, a few new parents sing their cheer, dear from the night watch. And in the early morning, so much can be observed. And there's a rover, a nuthatch, a phoebe, a crow, a goldfinch, a robin, a red-eyed vireo. In the early morning, so much can be observed. In the morning, so much can be observed. Oh, in the morning, so much can be observed. Couple more, three more. What time are we doing? Okay? What's our time? People's seats, man.
You know what has become of the rain?
What has become of the rain? That's what we're going to sing a song about the rain if you want, because we are all wondering what has become of the rain. It's gone down to Houston, I think, down that way. Taking the trips out. So, anything to say about this? Not too much.
Well, yes, I can say something. It seems I'm torn inside, you know. I believe in the scientific method to test things and come up with facts, and especially now it seems so important to, you know, fact check and do all that. But also, you know, I'm a poet and I like stories, and I think the imagination should be free to fly, and so I'm having this kind of dialogue with myself in this song that plays out with the I and the U. And it's called Tulips in the Rain. I just have to find my cables. I mean, my pick.
Chord?
Tulips in the Rain. To walk a mile in someone else's shoes. The sea is yellow when the sun goes down. Sometimes I don't know if what you say is true. The planets hear you as they make their rounds. Planets greet you on their silent rounds. Up at night you brew the bitter tea, make the piper play for half the price. Come on out, you say, but there's no guarantee. You'll meet me on the other side of paradise. Meet me on the other side of paradise. It seems you're not inclined to fall in line. Your letters are a one-night stand with reason. You say you planted tulips in the rain. A magpie chattered something about Eden. Magpie told you something about Eden. Left alone, the moon will rise and wheel away. A lost idea may surface somewhere else. Somewhere else, and never mind the disarray. You sing the music of a broken bell. Sing the music of a broken bell. Tulips on the Persian wild, your pink and red display. Tulip mania, queen of night. Tulips in the rain. Tulips in the rain. Tulips from the Persian wild, your pink and red display. Tulip mania, queen of night. Tulips in the rain. Tulips in the rain. Who am I to tell you the stars don't care? If you know their names, I know them well. You go about your day talking to the air. In your eyes the world is like yourself. In your eyes the world is meaning well. It's not important to fall in line. Your letters are a one-night stand with reason. You say you planted tulips in the rain. A magpie chattered something about Eden. Magpie told you something about Eden. In your eyes the world is like yourself. In your eyes the world is meaning well. And staying with the people we could be. This is just a song having a little fun with that idea of self-improvement. I grew up thinking, you know, I had to be all I could do and be and that much more. So I'm thinking, one is never good enough if you aspire to always be better. So this is called I Want to Be the Person Who. To be the person who puts payback on the shelf, does the right thing for itself, not kudos and a do. Please runs the errands and the bike, does not care for many likes, not a phony one-trick pony, just the right kind of a skier. Never angry, never sore, someone who can take the floor, always polished, always true, a lucid point of view. I want to be the person who walks on air, whose expertise goes with savoir-faire. And if I don't succeed, at least I want to be someone I could care about, someone I'd be patient with. I want to be the person who examines old taboos, genuine and kind, brings about a lighter mood. Sees the sparkle in the barber, spots a brilliance and it's double, getting into real good trouble, plays by ear and stays in tune. Finds the meaning in the rubble, every single stone and fern. I want to be the one who knows the point of no return. I want to be the person who surprises you, who makes with the uncanny the almost true. And if I don't succeed, at least I want to be someone I could care about, someone I'd be lenient with. I want to be the person whom you call when you feel lonely, and maybe there's not only sympathy to share. I want to be the person who's wise and holds no grudges, knows the biz but never judges you and your affairs, gets the job done without nudges, not afraid to face the truth. I want to be the one to hold your hand when you feel blue. I want to be the person you're glad to see at your door, your mail, your caller ID. And if I don't succeed, at least I want to be someone I could care about, someone I'd be gentle with. I want to be the person who be the person. I want to be the person who. I want to be the person who I want to be.
One last song. Thank you. You've been very kind and patient. I hope you enjoyed it. We certainly enjoyed playing for you. And Viva La Big Building here and the community that builds it, because the building is just the community building it. So kudos to you all for pulling this together and keeping it going. This last song is a song called Send Us Some Rain. And it was actually a co-write with a good friend Bruce Wilkes many years ago. And you can sing along, it's a good singing. So we're going to start a cappella. Oh Lord, won't you send us some rain? We're wages for man, we'd like to go on. Oh Lord, won't you ease our pain now? One more day and we'll just simply be gone.